Hello, hello. This is your host, Sheraz Ahmed, ready to kick off another bite sized episode of the Crypto Valley Association podcast. Now, let's discover together the growing trends of this fast moving space and try to shed some light on the mysteries it contains. Today, we are joined by Ilya Volkov, CEO and co founder of YouHodler, a fintech platform focused on crypto backed lending with fiat, crypto, and stablecoin loans, as well as high yield crypto saving accounts. So, let's dive straight into the world of crypto lending. Hey, Ilya, how's it going?
Yeah, hi Sheraz. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's rather snowy here in Switzerland, so it's great. Great to be here today, and I'm really looking forward to getting further into this episode. Maybe to start off with, you can share with us your first blockchain related experience.
Yeah, perfect. Actually, I have some interesting and funny story. During the early days of Bitcoin and during the global crisis of 2008, probably you remember one of these global crises. So I founded a barter startup called B2B Open Barter System.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea was to help businesses to deal with lack of liquidity. It was a system that helped to build chains of different exchanges of different products and services without payments in traditional fiat currencies. So instead, we've implemented our digital currency called B2B Coin. It was pretty much similar to cryptocurrencies. So again, it was early days of crypto, and I think just a few people knew about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies those days. So, but it was our first touch of this space, and actually we failed with this startup because our system was limited by number of participants, and actually it was some kind of a closed system, not like crypto that basically has no borders. But in any case, it was our first touch. Later, I was working for the big trading firm. We were providing services, different trading services to trade commodities, stocks, currencies, and we implemented it. It was some kind of a test. So we implemented trading with Bitcoin and some other top cryptocurrency payers.
Wow.
And actually, it was really successful. So yeah. So before we'll dive into blockchain, I had first touch from different angle, from this barter system, from cashless, fiatless payments. And another touch was from the trading space, from brokerage actually.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. And so now you're the CEO of YouHodler. You co-founded the company. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that initiative, this business, and maybe a little bit about the name as well, because it's quite peculiar.
Okay. Yeah. So YouHodler is a crypto-backed lending platform, and we started firstly with just one product, one service. It was crypto-backed lending. So the first client was onboarded back in 2018. So 2 years ago, a bit more than 2 years ago.
Wow.
So, and currently we have some number of services. So we still have crypto-backed lending. On one hand, on another hand, we have interest accounts, interest accounts for crypto deposits. So we pay interest in crypto for crypto deposits. So, and in the middle, we have, of course, conversion from crypto to crypto and from fiat to crypto, as well as some trading solutions. Trading solutions actually are built on top of our lending products. So, yeah, as for the naming and branding, so this popular word hodl. So this word hodl you can see in our brand name, and it was actually funny because probably the one of the famous Swiss artists, Ferdinand Hodler. So, and actually, he was a very famous artist here in Switzerland and in Europe and actually globally. And if you will take a look into some of Swiss franc banknotes, some old banknotes, you can even find some pictures created by Ferdinand Hodler. Wow. So yeah, of course we created our name just by combination of two words, you and hodl. So YouHodler. But maybe just a few weeks after we created this brand name, we found some similarities with Ferdinand Hodler's pictures, artworks, and it was so nice to find these kind of similarities. It's like something spiritual. So it's something emotional, positive, and highlighting. So
awesome. Wow, okay, that's great to hear. And it's like, yeah, you hold on to dear life of your crypto, right? I mean, it's a really cool cool acronym there. And so, okay, great. And so maybe you can tell our audience about the key advantages of lending as people normally nowadays. I mean, they'll go lending with their traditional bank. I mean, Credit Suisse, UBS, or something like this. So maybe tell us what would differentiate YouHodler.
Okay, so actually it's totally different product if you'd like to compare crypto-backed lending with banking loans because of different nature and because of different purposes. So actually there are two main use cases behind this product. So first one is quite simple. So if you believe in the future growth of your favorite investment, your investment of lifetime, like Bitcoin, for example, and you don't like to sell it, you like to hodl it, not hodl, right? So, but at the same time, if you need some funds for your regular payments to pay your regular bills, so you can simply use your crypto asset as collateral and get a fiat loan against it. So you can still keep holding and waiting for further growth for the value of this asset. And at the same time, you can use traditional fiat to pay your bills. So this is the first use case. Very simple. Second use case related mostly to trading, actually. So you can use your crypto as collateral, get cash, and buy more crypto. So basically, using these crypto-backed lending solutions, you can leverage your positions in crypto market and your positions with crypto assets. Okay. So yeah, two main use cases.
Well, that's great. And so it's a little bit like a pawn brokerage, right? So where
exactly.
You kind of put like some jewelry and you really want to buy something quickly, you're low on cash. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, actually, very funny. The first license we've got in Switzerland was exactly pawn broker license. And when I speaking with some lawyers and with some local experts, very interesting to see their reaction, because when they see this license, they are saying a lot of compliments, because it's actually a rare license. It's something very traditional. It's something very, very, in some cases, the traditional, conservative, and I would say even cozy, because when you see this license, you can imagine some small shop in the center of small city, with some antique furniture, with old guys in old glasses, doing this classic pawn brokerage job. So we have this license because this activity is pretty much similar to crypto-backed lending activity, because in traditional market, this pawn brokerage license and this business, you could use other types of assets, or even some things like jewelry or watch, as you said. So, and get cash against it. With crypto, so using the same model, you can use your crypto as collateral and get cash. So yeah.
Well, I'm guessing, Ilya, that you're not accepting all different cryptocurrencies within the market either, right? As there are some that lose their value quite a lot. Is it like the top 20? Like how many cryptocurrencies do you accept nowadays?
So currently you can find 15 different coins and tokens in our portfolio. So of course we support all major coins and tokens, and we have actually all major blockchains integrated into the platform. So of course all majors, plus some new and fancy tokens, like we recently implemented some DeFi tokens into the platform. The main principle is actually based on the market, so it's just supply and demand principle. And integrations with exchanges. So basically we need liquidity behind token in order to provide loans, in order to manage risks. So yeah.
Okay, that's a very interesting part. Tell us more about the management of risks, as the volatility in the crypto space is quite high. And of course, if the value is going up, then it's not a problem. But if it goes down dramatically, then it could create some sort of risk, right?
Yeah. So the key to this question is in one simple term, LTV, loan to value. So loan to value is the ratio between of the current market value of your asset and the amount you can get against this asset in the form of the loan. So this LTV parameter could vary from, speaking about our platform, from 50% to 90%. Wow. So yeah, and the idea behind is quite simple. If the current market value drops into the minimum level, like if we speak about 50% LTV, if it's a 2-time decrease in value, we have to liquidate position. So if you'd like to get as much cash as possible, and if you'd like to take a risk, you can choose 90% LTV. So if you'd like to be more conservative, if you have not so big appetite to the risk, you could take like 50%. The good point is that you can online manage your position. Like, for example, if value of your asset is growing, you can get more. So even if you have some open loan and you have already chosen your initial LTV ratio, you can even increase it and you can get more. If you'd like to reduce the level of your risk, you can add collateral and you can push the LTV and risk level down. So it's always possible to manage. Like a lot of our customers, during the last couple of months, during this bull run, Bitcoin bull run from 10K to almost 40K, a lot of our customers simply leveraged their cash positions because they took more fiat from their already opened loans because the value of their collateral grew, a lot.
Yes. Okay. I see. And so if there is a certain point of risk, do you kind of do a liquidation call whereby you send kind of an email notification to this person, and then they have a certain time frame in which to kind of either increase the liquidity or increase their position? Like how does that kind of process?
Yeah, of course. So we're sending notifications. So we're sending them in advance, but in advance, not in terms of timing, because we cannot manage the market. So we can send them in advance in terms of pricing of every single asset. So, and we are trying to do our best to leave some space to our customers to manage their risks. At the same time, the good point is that if market drops, no need to repay your loan. So you still have your cash. That means that if you don't believe in the positive scenario, you can simply use this cash and forget about this default with the loan. But if you'd like to enter market again, you can use those cash to buy more and even cheaper.
Okay, I see. And so what about if there is like a flash crash?
Yeah, so it's exactly about this scenario. So speaking about flash crash, of course we have to liquidate positions. But again, the good point is that customer keeps his fiat, and it's up to him to buy more, even cheaper because of flash crash, or simply leave fiat with him, and that's it.
Okay. Wow. So it's very interesting, and I'm sure like the security side of this is very important as you're holding a decent amount of crypto assets within this. How do you make sure that these assets are secure?
Yeah, so it's really very important question, and so we have a big system. As for custody, so we have own system of hot, warm, cold storage, and even we have a freezer. So yeah, and also we integrated with a number of different exchanges in order to manage positions to buy and sell, in order to help our customers with crypto to crypto and crypto to fiat conversions. So, and of course, we have to keep some balances on exchanges in order to be able to instantly operate with the funds in different market scenarios. So we also have Ledger Vault solution integrated. I believe you know about Ledger Vault. It's one of the top level solutions for custody. So thanks to Ledger Vault, we also have an insurance. Currently, it's insurance provided by Lloyd's Syndicate, with the total amount of 150 millions. Wow. So Yeah, so we have a pretty good package provided by Ledger Vault and supporting services. So
Great.
this is just one part of security topic actually. So another part of security topic is about stability, reliability for the system, and protection from any kinds of hacker attacks.
Yes.
So yeah, here speaking about security and protections from any kind of hacker attacks. So we have a rule, and the rule is to execute very deep pen tests, penetration tests every quarter. So, and the rule is always use different hackers for this. So again, every quarter we are hiring different kind of hackers who are trying to hack us in different levels. So not just technically, but also we're testing some social engineering aspects. So they're trying to trick our customers, employees, teammates. So this rule with regular penetration testing helps us a lot, because it's better to be hacked by tester instead of real hacker, right? And step by step, regularly working with this kind of projects, we are making our system better and better, more secure. Yeah, and I think currently we're at a very good level of security. So as for stability and reliability, we are investing more and more in our infrastructure in terms of capacity of our technical, infrastructure, of course, and in terms of our team. So we recently increased our DevOps team, our QA team. So we are paying a lot of attention to this. And I think here is a very important point, because during the latest bull run, we've seen different exchanges, even big ones, who had to stop their services at the peak. We were not able to serve such an increased traffic. We were unable to serve this high volume of requests to our engines. So, and that's why we decided to turn off some of our services. We decided to sometimes switch to close-only mode, etc., etc. So, and basically, so they do not care about their customers because they're big. They can simply allow themselves to turn off their engine for a few minutes or a few hours, and that's it. So they do not care. We care. So because maybe we are not so big yet, but I believe that even we will be much bigger, we will keep caring stability. Yeah, so I don't like to be like those exchanges who can simply turn off their services. So that's why we keep investing in our infrastructure, and we are dealing with our customers on a case-by-case basis. In case something happens in terms of stability, we are carefully reviewing every single case, and we are doing our best to provide every single customer with a win-win solution. So,
wow, wonderful. That's great. Great to know that you care, and that YouHodler is caring for all of these different aspects, security, customer service, etc. And I think that's a great point when you discuss the stability that you just recently, even last week, launched in Switzerland. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you, Sheraz. We finally have our Swiss business up and running. In the beginning, I mentioned that now we have some number of services, the back lending, interest accounts, and some trading solutions. But in Switzerland, we started from just two products. First, crypto back lending, and second, conversion or exchange. So you can use our Swiss company to exchange your fiat to crypto or crypto to fiat, and of course, from crypto to crypto. So currently we have two products here. And of course, many of Swiss customers are asking us about interest accounts, about trading solutions. So we have, of course, we have this products in our roadmap, but we still have to do our homework. It's mostly related to some legal steps, and mostly, of course, related to our legal roadmap. That includes getting of potential broker-dealer or securities firm license, or probably even banking license. So now we're in the process of analysis of all these opportunities and preparations for getting this licenses. So yeah, a lot of things to do.
Yes.
And as soon as we will have progress with these legal steps, of course, we will implement more products for Swiss entity.
Wow, great. Well, good luck with that, of course. And it seems like you had a very fruitful 2020 then, amongst all this kind of COVID-19 pandemic, etc. I mean, how did it affect your core business?
In terms of business efficiency and volumes and everything, so of course we've got a huge push to our business. So it's clear why, because firstly, of course, people started to spend more and more time online because of sitting home, working remotely, etc. So secondly, because of I would say significant changes on traditional markets, and I'm here speaking about fear of hyperinflation, for example, because the printer is still printing. I mean, there are more and more dollars on the market. So, and people are afraid of inflation and even hyperinflation, and they are trying to find other ways to manage their savings, their assets, and that's why firstly, you remember it was some moves for price of gold. After gold, it was a big push to the crypto market, and actually it still continues, right? So that's why we've got this incredible increase in market capitalization. So still getting this. And of course, we got a lot of new customers, even newbies. So I think it's not only about our company. I think it's about entire industry. So and as for our company, we were very well prepared because we have distributed structure, we have distributed team for implications. So not so many things changed for our team actually. And before we were working 24/7. 365 days a year, and now we're working 24/7, right? So
it never stops, Ilya. It never stops.
Crypto never sleeps.
Not at all. But wow, thank you so much for that. And now maybe if we move on to another side of your life, your professional life, whereby you're also the chair of the Western chapter of the Crypto Valley Association. I mean, how's that? Maybe tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, of course. So you all know about the Crypto Valley Association. It's one of the most active and the most authoritative non-commercial organizations for blockchain and crypto in Europe, not only in Switzerland. So the association consists of some parts, including Western chapter, some chapters, working groups, and so now we're speaking about Western chapter. So the initial idea was to focus on the development of our ecosystem and infrastructure in the western part of Switzerland. So, but currently, I would say that we have the most active and the most productive group within the Crypto Valley Association. And, at least in my mind, we're taking care not only about western part of Switzerland, but we're taking care of the region started from the center of Switzerland and to the west up until the wild west. So we have really great community, we have great ecosystem, so we have a lot of experts, we have a lot of interesting ideas to contribute to the market development. And if you'd like, guys, to join us, even if you're located not in Switzerland, just feel free to join us. We're very open-minded because crypto is still a young industry, and it really needs some creative approach. It needs common efforts to push this forward and to properly integrate this industry and the benefits and advantages of this industry to our traditional world. So we are open-minded. If you'd like to join open-minded, creative, and very active team, feel free to do that. So if you'd like to execute some even crazy idea, join us.
Great. Hey, I think you just forgot to mention that it was the best chapter of the Crypto Valley Association.
Yeah, I'm a bit humble.
Yes. No, but it's a great community. I can attest for it. Maybe a little bit biasedly as I'm part of the chapter as well, but definitely can replicate a little bit what you said. That it's a great place to get involved within Riviera, and of course it's very inclusive to anybody around the world. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Ilya. Maybe if we start closing off here as we're reaching the time, but as 2021 is here, it's new year. I mean, what's your vision for the future of this whole industry? Maybe even past this year.
Yeah. So first of all, I always say that no need in TV shows if you work in crypto. Every day brings something exciting and new, right? So it's really highly dynamic, highly interesting industry with a lot of new things again coming every day. And it was before, and I think we will get even more interesting and exciting features and events and everything during next years. So as for 2020, it was a big push to the market, not only in terms of volumes, but also in terms of some kind of healthy developments. So we all remember the craziness around ICOs. So I think market became healthy during 2019, 2020, and market has already created some really valuable products in order to bring real values to the real world. So as for 2021, I think these trends will continue. And the most, I think, important point is that in line with general market growth, we will see more and more products for real usage in the real world. Why? Because more and more traditional market players, I mean, from financial market, joining the crypto market, more and more banks entering the markets, more and more bridges between of crypto and traditional finance are, so we get more and more bridges between traditional and crypto world. And again, in 2021, I'm sure we will have more real use cases for our real life. So
yes, wonderful. Yeah, we can only hope so, and I'm sure that's the case. And it was lovely hearing from you, Ilya, about this lovely use case, which I think is really kind of taking that traditional sense of this kind of like pawn brokerage and taking it into a new light. So thank you so much. And I mean, do you have any final words for our listeners today?
So guys, I'm very happy to work this industry. So I really believe that this industry will bring a lot to the entire financial market. And not only, many people keep saying that crypto is some kind of revolution to financial market. I believe that it's not a revolution; it's an evolution, because we all live in real life with a lot of products and services that are essential for our normal life. Like, for example, traditional banks with traditional banking cards. So they're here, we keep using them, and the purpose of crypto is not to replace traditional credit cards, right? The purpose of crypto is to add more use cases, to add more utility to traditional financial services. It's like with the Apple Pay, for example, right? So Apple Pay is not replacing banking services. It makes banking services more convenient to use. The same with crypto. So,
yes.
And again, I believe that our industry will bring a lot of value to traditional markets. So if you're still out of crypto industry, don't hesitate to join.
Wonderful. Great. So thank you. And if you enjoyed this conversation, feel free to check out more on our website, cryptovalley.swiss, where we host plenty of events, educational content, and even provide information on how you can join our growing community. So thanks again, Ilya, for joining us.
Thank you, Sheraz, and thank you, everyone.
Our pleasure. So stay tuned, stay safe, and until next time from the Crypto Valley in Switzerland. Bye-bye.